Do you think President Trump should be impeached?
I want to discuss this with my constituents and my colleagues before I make a final judgment on it.
And you've also said that what you've seen is, quote, far more serious than what Nixon did. Explain to me how you have not come to the conclusion that the president should be impeached. I mean, it sounds like you think he should be impeached.
Well, I certainly think that the evidence that's been produced overwhelmingly shows serious misconduct by the president. But I do want to hear more from my constituents, and I want to hear more from my colleagues. This is not a decision I will be making alone.
Yeah, he's not going to make the decision alone. Just to make sure you got this clear, the man in charge of impeachment in the House, the member you just watched for 2 full weeks shepherding the impeachment hearings, the guy who cried on television just thinking about how much Donald Trump needed to be impeached right now, that guy isn't really sure he's for impeachment. You know, he needs to talk to his colleagues. He needs to hear more from his constituents. It's a lot to think about. He's going to prayerfully consider it over the holiday weekend, just alone, just in some reflection. That's Adam Schiff's position now. In other words, it's over. Democrats lost. Michael Anton is a lecturer at Hillsdale College and former national security official in the Trump administration, author of a great new piece for the Claremont Review called The Empire Strikes Back, which about 15 people have texted me, and for good reason. Mr. Anton, thank you for coming on tonight. So Adam Schiff is now saying he's not really sure he's for impeachment. You know, he doesn't want to get over his skis here. What does this tell us?
Well, it tells us that, as you said, the hearings were a disaster. They needed to move the numbers up in favor of impeachment. They moved the numbers down. And so they're getting cold feet. I still think they have a big problem. As you pointed out, the Pilate moms, their base, those core supporters, absolutely expect this. And if
angry rich ladies want impeachment,
if Schiff and Pelosi don't deliver it, they are going to be accused of a betrayal. The base is going to rebel. It could cost them the House. On the other hand, if they go through with it and the public is forced to endure who knows how many more weeks or months of this, and they really get frustrated and just at Congress wasting the American people's time when there are so many pressing priorities, they could lose seats in the House and maybe lose the House over that. They don't have any great options right now. So as somebody who always thought this was a joke, namely me, I'm kind of laughing like you are right now.
Well, it is. You know, it tells you a number of things, and one of them is that Nancy Pelosi isn't Speaker by accident.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she's a genius, but politically, she's got some insights after 70 years of doing it. This is a trap. How do they, as you just pointed out, how do they get out of it?
I think, people overpromised to her. That's my guess, is that Schiff went to her and said, we have something totally solid now. We've caught him red-handed, and she trusted him. And that was obviously a mistake, especially when you look back on the last 3 years of people saying, we have him now. He did this, he did this, he did this. And none of them ever pan out. I don't know how they get out of it. I think my own guess is that they have to take the vote and go ahead and impeach him. And then we'll see how a Senate trial goes. I think it would be a waste of time. I think it would be better for the American people, better for the country, better for all the things we need to get done, for them to drop it, let it go, pass this new trade deal between Canada and Mexico and the U.S. that's on the desk. Let's get after the border wall. Let's do something about Mexican cartels crossing our border and killing our people. Let's do something about the opioid crisis, infrastructure. Let's do something about all of these things. If they feel that they have to go through with it and they can't stand down, though, well, in that case, let's have a Senate trial and really embarrass the people who pushed this and show the world for once and for all how flimsy it was from the beginning.
So that really is it, and I think you're absolutely right to point out that this is all being done at the expense of the country and its many real problems, not fake problems, but actual ones. Yeah. But if it is going to happen, you're sincerely convinced, you're not just saying this, that it would help the administration?
I don't know that it would help the administration in every respect. If I were the president, I wouldn't want to be impeached, especially over something trivial and stupid and nothing.
Right.
It's an insult to the president himself. It's unfair. It's unjust. It wastes time. It ties up his administration. It takes away resources and man hours that they should be utilizing to do things they were elected to do. So I wouldn't want it to happen if I were the president.
Right.
But I don't see that it necessarily politically helps the Democrats to put the country through a saga that the country is already tired of, laughing at, or doesn't understand, and really, as Andrew Yang pointed out, very concerned about other things. So I don't know that anybody comes out a winner.
I think that's right. Though if anyone does, it seems like Trump does.
Yeah.
Michael Anton, great to see you tonight.
Thank you.
And congrats on the piece.